sure they told you about the sacrifices you'd make. But none of us could have ever predicted this. Now, if there's any chance of putting the pieces of our city back together, then this is all up to you.
My name is Anders from Gamereactor, and we are here today at the preview event for Tom Clancy's The Division. And first I would like to ask about, it's been a couple of years since the game was revealed back in 2013. How has the game evolved since then?
When the game was revealed, it was revealed as an online open world RPG, and that's exactly what we're delivering today. I mean, the pillars have stayed the same. I think we've focused more on the RPG side of things and made a deeper system than we had in mind then, but really what we've delivered is what we had in mind in 2013.
Okay. How does the game focus on the story? For example, I played a story mission here earlier today, and after we killed the final boss, we picked up some intel, and then they showed a story. Is that how the game will?
So the story is told in a lot of different ways. One of the main ways, of course, is different story threads. Now, because it's an open world game and a non-linear game, it means that you can do any one of these missions and pick up a piece of intel, as you were saying, and add that to your collection. And once you've finished all the missions in that thread, you'll get an additional piece of information that'll complete the story for you. But you've got to keep in mind that the story is also told through echoes, it's told through collectibles, it's told through the environment. So the whole world, in fact, is a piece of the story.
Can you tell me a little bit about these PvP areas, dark zones?
So the dark zone is this strip in the middle of the map, in the middle of Midtown Manhattan, where the government and the military try to contain the spread of the disease by building a wall around it. The thing is, they didn't manage, and all hell broke loose inside. The military abandoned their equipment, and people were left to die. The thing is, the equipment that was abandoned inside the dark zone is the best equipment in the game. So everybody is going to want that equipment, and the enemies too.
How will the equipment work? If I find some equipment, will my whole team get it, and can I use it in the PvE areas?
So you can use the equipment in the PvE areas, but the equipment is strictly personal. So you really have to fight for yourself to get it. Keep in mind that the Dark Zone is a PvP-enabled area, which means that if you see other players, they're potential targets for you. But keep in mind that if you've got equipment, they're going to be looking for that yellow bag and maybe thinking, okay, I'm going to try and take that person down.
During my playthrough with the game, I shot some other players and I went rogue. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So going rogue is the way that we use to distinguish the two sides in this atypical PvP area that we call the Dark Zone. And as soon as you go rogue, as soon as you shoot somebody, then you're going to be flagged for everybody else in the Dark Zone. And that's kind of the discouragement for people to shoot and try and steal other people's equipment. This said, the best rewards that you're going to get at the highest levels of rogue. So there's a little bit of an encouragement on both sides, on playing sheriff and being rogue.
Is it possible to meet players outside of these dark zones?
Yes, meeting players and having matchmaking areas is absolutely included in the game. In fact, we have 16 or 17 safe houses, and these safe houses are locations like diners or bars where you can go into the area and see other players in that session and decide, okay, I want to group with this person or not. Try and create a friendship there. And that will allow you to explore the open world as a group. And all of the main missions also have a matchmaking point.
The game features a full day and night cycle. Does the enemies behave any different during the night?
So there is a day and night cycle, a dynamic day and night cycle, and there's a dynamic weather cycle too. So it could be sunny, it could be snowing, or you could be stuck in the middle of a blizzard. and enemies will not see you as well if you're in the middle of a blizzard, but you won't see the enemy either. So that pulse skill becomes that much more useful.
Yeah.
But the day-night cycle doesn't really affect enemy behavior.
We tried playing during the fog, and it was the visibility was so low you couldn't see anything.
Super tough.
Yeah. What can players expect from the end game? Are there any raids to keep them entertained after the story is finished? Or?
So we're not talking about raids and things like that, but every single mission in the game you can replay not only on normal, but also on hard, and there's even a challenge mode, which is even more difficult. And all of the upgrades that you saw in your base of operation, all of the skills, the perks, the talents, and the skill mods, you won't have unlocked all of those by the end of the campaign. So there's a lot of stuff to keep doing there. And keep in mind, you're always going to want better loot. You're always going to want better equipment, better guns, better gear. So that's also a big driver.
What is the level cap on the game?
The level cap's 30.
And where are you at now with the production, and when can fans expect to get to play the game?
So we're done. We're killing the final bugs. We're polishing. We're doing the press tours, obviously. And now the next time you're going to see the game is during the closed beta, and be sure to sign up for that. We want the feedback, and we want to see people playing the game. And then the game launches on March the 8th on Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Thank you very much for your time. That's everything.
We are taking this city back.